This is Bus in WebEx, which instead of HTTPS uses the Bus protocol. Every website is written in HTML, CSS and Lua. There's a custom built browser from scratch, no Chromium in here, domain name system, which means sites like this can exist, search engine, and a bunch of websites to explore. But wait, how do you actually reinvent the web? Well, you probably know the basics. Websites are composed of three main parts: HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Think of it as the bones, skin and nerve system. Except the nerve system is really annoying. Now you're probably watching this video on YouTube, which is located at https youtube.com. However, your browser is actually communicating with an IP address behind youtube.com. This process is part of the domain name system, in short DNS, that basically holds the entire web in place. Once the HTML, CSS and JavaScript is retrieved from the IP, the browser renders it. Most browsers use Chromium so that they don't have to write their own engine, but we're gonna approach it differently. Instead of just using Chromium, we're gonna write our own browser from scratch using Rust and JTK, which is basically a toolkit for making desktop applications, popular on Linux, and it also supports Windows. HTML is first. The point of Bus in WebEx is to have a place where people can upload their simple or complex websites for free. And since this was popularized in the mid-90s, before Facebook took off, I went with the HTML and CSS support back then. Let's quickly go through them. In the head we've got title, which sets the title of the tab, link, which imports either the CSS or an image, which will be set as the icon of the tab. And if you know a little HTML, you might have noticed that this doesn't follow the standard. And you're goddamn right, this is the better HTML. Meta, supposed to be used by other applications that crawl the WebEx. You just need a description so that the search engine, which we're gonna make later on, knows how to display it. Script, just like I said before, we don't care about the standard. In fact, we're using Lua instead of JavaScript simply because we can. The script tag is a little different, since you can't really have Lua inside of HTML files with good support from code editors. So you have to close the tag and import it from another file. We'll go through Lua in a bit. Now for the body we've got text, which are headers, paragraphs and hyperlinks. If a hyperlink starts with bus instead of HTTPS, the browser will go to that website instead of opening your default browser. Divs basically wraps a bunch of text in a box. Lists, either ordered or unordered, and can have list items in them. HR, I have no idea what this stands for, but it makes a dramatic horizontal line. Images. JTK is a bit weird and doesn't allow you to scale images, so you will have to manually size them in an image editing tool. Inputs. They are one-line text fields that can be accessed through Lua. Text area, multi-line text fields, and then we got buttons and drop-downs. If you combine all of that in an HTML file and give it to Bus in Napture, here's how it looks. Oh, and it's called Napture because Netscape, Net Escape, Net Capture, Napture. The HTML doesn't support IDs. Why do you need IDs when you already have classes? And since IDs are not supported, there's no reason to have the dot in front of each CSS declaration that applies to a class. With CSS on each property you can modify the borders, which can change their color, width, style and radius, the padding, which means space around the inside of the tag, the margins, which means space around the outside of the tag, and the interesting part, there's no display property. You can center text by simply modifying the align items property to center. Sorry to break the can center a div memes. Now for divs, we can change the direction, which can either be row or column, and the gap between each tag inside it. For text tags, we have the usual color, font size, font height, font family, font weight, but here's where we deviate a bit from the standard. You can make text tags have an underline like this, an overline like this, and a strike-through line like this. And last, the width and height, which only apply to inputs and text areas. Together with the HTML, here's how the rendering engine in Bus in Napture looks. The engine is codenamed B9 by the way, because my dumbass thought V8 was the name for the rendering engine in Chromium, but nope, that's the JavaScript engine. The rendering engine in Chromium is called Blink. Now, if all this talk about rendering engines and coding makes you feel a bit lost, don't worry, I've been there too. That's exactly why I want to tell you about Brilliant. Brilliant is where you learn by doing, with thousands of lessons in programming, math, AI and data analytics. Brilliant provides an engaging and interactive platform that makes learning fun and effective. If you aren't sure how to start, there's the Thinking in Code course, where you can forget about syntax errors or setting up development environments and just learn. This course will get you started with coding without all the hassle of installing 4 different Python versions. Plus, you can apply these skills to your everyday life, like automating boring tasks or creating extensions for your everyday software. To try everything Brilliant has to offer for free for a full 30 days, visit brilliant.org/FaceDev or click the link in the description. You'll also get 20% off an annual premium subscription. Now let's get back to Lua, the cure for the web, the language used in many projects such as Roblox, Bus in Greedy Code, I made that, NeoVim. After 10 minutes outside I came up with this Lua API, or integration, or whatever you wanna call it. Instead of typing over 20 characters just to get an element, you just type get, yeah. just get, and then the tag class. If you want to get all the matching tags, you just pass through as the second argument. You can set and get the content like this, the link of a hyperlink like this, and the opacity like this. Now into events, you just do on event. For example, you can do on click, on input, and on submit. You can set HTTP requests through the fetch function, which means you can have your site communicate with your API. The biggest bummer is that it runs on the same thread as the UI, meaning that if Lua takes a long time to run, the entire app will have to wait. Because of this, we can't really have sleep functions since they'll kill the entire app. Now that the engine behind the browser is mostly complete, I moved on to the DNS, the domain name system. Basically documents with a domain, TLD, and IP. The domain is whatever the user wants to put, for example YouTube. The TLD, which stands for top level domain, must either be MF, by the way, for real, yup, dev, scam, zip, root, web, riz, habibi, sigma, now, it, soy, and the one I won't pronounce. Each one was suggested by members of my Discord server. But hold on, what's the IP field? Well, if you hate yourself, you can host the HTML file on your own machine, or use a GitHub repository that has an index.html in plain sight. I quickly made an API that lets you register, update, delete, and view domains. Registering your site is completely free, and Patreon and YouTube supporters can suggest a new top-level domain to be added. Anyway, everything seems to be done, so I decided to create an event in my Discord server, where the top 3 most interesting websites win some money. I started the event and the package code execution did not work because it needs to be installed. Yeah, I think it's safe to say it didn't really work. Apparently I already had JTK installed on my system and others didn't. The Linux issue was solved within a day thanks to SmartCoder for bringing the app on Arch Linux and QueenStart for getting it on Flatpak. The Windows version, however, boot into Windows. Search in Google how to compile GTK app to Windows. Find the GTK Rust book. It tells me to build GTK from scratch and do a bunch of Windows shenanigans. Try to compile my program. PC files missing. No, actually, the files have the PC extension. First time seeing those. Install Microsoft Visual Studio C++ 2020 whatever. Install Mason and Ninja. I don't know what I'm doing. Run a bunch of commands. Okay, maybe building GTK from scratch wasn't a good idea. Second solution. Download MCs32, open MCs32 MinGW64, update with Pacman, get GTK4, get toolchain, get FaceDev. Try to build the browser again. PC files missing. What in the f? Copy every possible library to my folder. Hello sir, your computer is running out of space. Install VirtualBox, create a new Windows 10 machine, install MCs32, open MCs32 MinGW64, install the packages, build the browser. Linker failing? How the hell does a linker fail? Oh great, the 6th Google result solved my problem. Send executable to my friend to test. It doesn't work. DLL's missing. Boot again into the machine. Try sending each DLL one by one. After 4 DLLs it started working. Get a zip. Create another virtual machine to test. Unzip. Run. It still wants DLLs. Boot into the first VM. Copy every fucking DLL. Send them to my second virtual machine. It works! But now we have 120 files to upload to GitHub. Install the sketchiest application I've ever seen that claims to bundle DLLs into an executable. Run it. It takes 30 minutes to finish. Blocks the UI thread. Fan spin at full speed like I'm about to start a jet. It finishes. I run the file. This crap capitalized every DLL name for no reason and my program can no longer find it. It's been 3 days since the event has been paused. My anger cannot be expressed in words. This is peak Windows development experience. Download WinRAR, make a self-extracting archive, ship the executable. The event resumes with 5 days remaining. Everyone's happy. Wait, there's no way to search for websites on WebEx. Oh my! Making a search engine. Okay, so today we're gonna making a search engine. We have a bunch of websites, so since there's no way to search for websites, right, you have to memorize the keywords. And we need a search engine that can go through everything here, fetch their IP, which can either be GitHub or an actual IP, and we need to get the contents from the HTML file and basically store them for when the user wants to search stuff. So we have a search engine named Dingle.
Guys, it's Quandale Dingle here. I have been arrested for multiple crimes, including battery on a police officer.
Hello, it's me from the future. Good morning, welcome to Boston Park. We are so excited you could join us today for some big announcements. With the release of our upcoming 2 products, Boston WebEx and Boston Lecture, we are eager to announce the release of our search engine, Boston Dingle, which will be available at bostondingle.it. Now before we conclude, I'd like to open the floor for any questions you might have. So, does anyone in our esteemed audience have any questions they'd like to ask? Let's hear from Adriano Tech, please. Yeah, thank you. May I ask why is there a toilet talking on the right? And we're getting a bunch of 404s. Okay, so now we have to parse the HTML. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. So I think so it's a waste of time. It's better to research engine. Why does it make sense? If you're wondering, here's how the finished search engine looks like. The browser was still broken, so I ended up doing 2 releases one day apart. I'm gonna rapid fire through some new features. I did the logs when you press Ctrl-Shift-P, an about pop-up when you click the tab title, and finally support for links in script tags. Alright, the event has finished, so it's time to see the results. Okay, we're gonna go to review time with Mario and starting with Rails.
It's taking time. This is a test.
Yeah.
Wow. Kill this man.
Oh, this one actually has something.
Oh, welcome to the bank.
Make an account and tell me the username. Oh, I don't have any money. I mean, print some.
100. Print. How does it work? What?
Wait, what's your name?
Gay.
Okay. Yeah, I sent it.
Balance loading. Oh yeah, it's loading. I bet we have a lot of money there. Let's go. Loading.
Still loading.
It's still loading. Oh, I have to log in. Hell yeah. Balance 200. Sender face, receiver K. Amount 200 timestamp. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, that one is good.
That one is good, yeah. At least it's working, it's doing something.
Just boom up there.
Hello, I'm just Drew, like cheese, PlayStation 2. I have 12 of them.
12 cheese pieces or 12 PlayStations?
I think both. Overall, I have 23 PlayStation consoles. For the what is DS again? I forgot.
Nintendo DS, I think.
Yeah, hopefully this works.
Fuck GS, but for real.
Fuck Common GS. No, I'm serious. Actually, fuck Common GS. Fuck everyone who uses Common GS on purpose. Fuck everyone who contributed to Common GS. Everyone who found Common GS. Fuck everyone who still supports Common GS. I have the same feelings too.
Why? I love CommonJS.
I hate JavaScript.
But in this bullshit called common, like this is the most kind of the fucking value is even make things better. Okay. Valid criticism. Anything towards JavaScript is valid criticism. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, I shouldn't have bothered like to read all this. I should have just said I agree. I agree. Guys, we're talking about big money, yo.
Damn, takes a long time to load. Oh my.
Oh, okay. Oh, account created. Let's go.
I'm logged in, I think.
Yeah, me too. What's your username?
Okay. I'm gonna send a message.
Oh yeah, it's working. Okay. Hello world. Okay, we'll send something right now. I just hope it works. I broke the entire thing. Bruh, it crashed.
Snapchat.web.
Oh, reasons to use bus in Napture. It is fat. No bloatware. I mean, who needs features, right? Doesn't track you. I mean, if I made a browser and the Chinese like offered me like big chunk of money, I will fucking track everything you do. I don't give a fuck. I mean, cool websites to be honest. It looks genuine. It feels genuine. Okay, login, register. Okay, send private message, public message. You registered successfully. Login successful. Okay. It is by the same developer. You can tell by the chats. They have like the same format. We have some chats going on. Okay. I sent a public message.
Oh, oil. Yeah, this one seems interesting. You can actually use this.
Okay, it is interactive. It is. I see my the messages you sent. Please.
Ranking.
I think personally, I would rank the chat.app first, and then we got chat.it.
We're kind of on the same boat. I mean, I'm not sure if I would put fuck CommonJS or Napture.web on the third. The reason is the first one is funny, but the other one also seems like genuine. I just felt the humble. But I'm not sure. Let me do a spin wheel, because for me, like, both are in the same ranking. Well, Fuck common GS, I guess.
JDK. Easy to code with, beautiful outcome, hard to cross-platform. I hate Rust closures, my code is full of RC, revcell and clone. There's a guide on how to make a Buzz website in the GitHub link below, also where you can download the browser. A quick note that the guide on the JDK Rust book actually works, I just didn't bother to read it till the end and wasted 3 days. If you want to contribute and you're using Windows, I'm sorry for your hard drive or SSD. Big thanks to all of the patrons and YouTube members for supporting the channel. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you in the next one. Linux deserves to be hacked because they won't let us play games at all.